Bella took him head on with Roberts. Stewart. Pass nearly looked a little bit forward. Todd finishes up with it. They go blindside. Coyne back up the middle is Clyde. Excellent tackle by Roberts down low. Stewart. Long wide ball. O'Sullivan. The chip in behind the defence. Belcher's flying. Williams gets it, or Iro gets across, I should say, and just manages to ground the football. Great kick.
Very dramatic moment for Manly. O'Sullivan put a classic grubber kick through, which had the two of the Canberra players coming down. Just watch how quickly they appear. Williams was able to gather it and take it back into the in-goal area, but it's now a line dropout.
Williams with the restart. Into a bit of a breeze. Canberra. Martin to come straight back with it. Driven back by Cochrane. Stewart. O'Sullivan. Thought about passing to Meninga. He was heavily marked. Lance. Manly stood back waiting for him. Paid the penalty and lost about 10 metres. Stewart looked inside. He runs out of support players. Lazarus. Hasler climbed aboard. 4 defenders to put him down.
He lost the football.
It brings them off the boil.
Yes, well, watch it here. There's Des Hasler wrestling with him. Obviously, the referee hadn't called tackled, although he looked to me well and truly tackled. I thought that might have been a penalty to the Canberra side.
Lazarus has had plenty to say.
Yes, I think he's justifiably got a complaint there because Hasler was quite clearly the man that stripped him of the football.
It's cost him a penalty.
Isn't that amazing, the way the game goes?
Hasler looking a little bit worse for wear.
I think he should be looking pleased with himself at the moment.
John Jones to look for touch to get Manly out of this danger zone.
So there we are, Manly taking it up towards the, or just outside the quarter line. Bella charging ahead. Had a great few weeks. He's lost the ball, so Canberra come up with it. Mistakes in the opening moments of this match. On the halfway, here's Meninga, the man they all love here in Perth. 8 metres Manly side of halfway. Here's Daly. Now here's Belcher in space. Belcher down to the quarter line. He's got his pass away. Great football. Bell to play it. Belcher open side. Away it comes. Here's O'Sullivan. On it went to Lance. Lance, what a good run. Went straight over the top of Hasler.
And nearly cracked Hasler in two.
O'Sullivan. Meninga. Meninga on his own. Clyde. Great work. Appropriate that he's playing on the whacker because that was a good catch, although the referee said he didn't control it in the end. And the scrum will go down 18 metres out from Manly's line.
Yes, watch Mal Meninga. Comes in slightly away, gets the pass away, but I think the referee might have ruled on that one being slightly forward.
Lions. They need to settle things down a bit, Manly, one would think. Had a bit of defence to do in the last 5 minutes. As Manly run it out from their own end of the field through Roberts. Cochrane.
No runners there for him. Had to prop and go back inside on his own.
This man won't stop running though. Bella. It's nil round in Perth. About 8 minutes gone. Back to Jones. He reefs it up over the halfway. Belcher's there. Ringed by maroon jumpers. This is Bell. He's got a heap of toe just inside Manly's territory. Open side come the Raiders. O'Sullivan. Bit of a mix-up between he and Meninga. Meninga just had to give himself up then. Todd finds Clyde. Good tackle there from Lyons. Open side they come. Stewart. Out wide, Daly, showing no ill effects of that sternum problem. Belcher, on it went to Bell again. How quickly they move that ball from one side of the field to the other.
Yes, both sides are really rapidly moving the ball around. That's one of the problems with the multitude of mistakes we expect in this sort of football, but the pace is a cracker.
The Raiders There's a kick that'll go up and see some of those parachutists, I think. Lydiard takes it well. But Stewart, he really can reach that ball high in the air. Does Manly have to run it out from their own end again through Tony Iro? He lost his boot and now he's lost the ball, and this will be a penalty.
Yeah, clearly there he was roughly handled after the tackle had been effected. As you can see it on the ground. And Brent Todd's the man that pulls it out. I mean, it looked very clear and very obvious, doesn't it?
There couldn't be any argument with that one.
No argument at all. That's Jones there having a kick for touch. I'm a bit surprised to see that we got a forward kicking for touch on the Manly side. It worries me a little bit.
So Hosking bringing the ball back to the halfway line. Cochrane again left posted. He had one runner in Jones. Decided to go the blind, and there was nobody at home. Hosking's the dummy half. Roberts takes it ahead. Manly through Bella. He gets away from Lazarus, but he can't offload to Tuvey, who was screaming up into that hole. 32 metres out. Can Manly post the first points of the match? Lions back on the inside. The ball came off one player to Hasler. It's gone forward, says the referee, and the scrum will go down 32 metres out from Canberra's line and about 15 metres in. Here it is again.
Watch Lyons as he comes away with the pass. The pass gets knocked in the air, and Hasler has to pick it up, but in an offside position, accidental offside.
Bell comes off his wing and ducks under a tackle from Hasler, who's been going high. Lance called for it quickly on the blind side, trying to link up with Belcher out there.
Little Tuvey wrapped him up all right.
Strong defensive game Tuvey had against Canterbury last week. Todd ran without support on that occasion. A rare thing for a Canberra forward. Stewart. Last tackle against Canberra. Belcher to kick. Taken well by Townsend. And in turn, he's wrapped up by Bell. Iro from fullback charged onto the football and turned Canberra around. Lyons. Hasler. They search through the back line. Williams unloaded for O'Connor. Lydiard. Pass to Bella when the defence was well and truly on him. Lyons. The kick. Belcher running across for it. Manages to keep it in the field of play.
You've got to be a very confident footballer to do a job like that. He could have been made look a bit of a goose knocking the ball over the sideline. That's an extremely confident man.
They wanted to spread it in front of their own posts. Stewart. He's taken quickly. 28 tackles. They've had possession. The Raiders 16 Manly. Bell. Steve Walters looks for his forwards. Todd. Back for Clyde. Running strongly. Still going. Clyde had support inside. Now they've turned it over. Manly again. Bella was cut out. Hasler. Williams. O'Connor. Lydiard. He won't get away from Martin. Meninga was across in cover as well. Williams. Manly. Cochrane's got there to support. Meninga just menaces him towards touch. Bella. He's been running strongly right from the start.
Yes, he gets through a game almost without error these days. When he was with North Sydney, there would be 4 or 5 handling errors from him, but since coming to Manly, he's improved dramatically.
Lyons. O'Connor. There's a case of who wants it. Belcher got back there. Manly didn't seem too keen to get down there quickly. He was nearly tackled in goal, Stewart. Clyde. Lazarus. Manly have a man sideline, David Ronson. And it looks like that injury problem, that leg injury to O'Connor, is going to continue. The skipper has been forced off. Bad news for Manly. As Canberra come up with another handling error.
Yeah, well, Mal Meninga tried an uncharacteristic job there of getting very quick hands away to his winger, who was heavily marked anyway, and the ball got knocked over the sideline. It's a Manly feed. Yeah, Johnny Croucher, at the moment we've just got a bit of a hiatus. What's the story with the footy tab?
Great, Rex, $32,000 in the pick to score dividend pool.
Johnny will come back to you as Lyons explodes out wide. Links up through the dummy. Daly took the dummy. Lyons just misses by inches and goes into touch. Oh, fine play from Manly.
Truly magnificent stuff. Watch the involvement of Lyons because he's in it all the way. There he goes through the dummy back on the inside. Called his winger Townsend in. A bit of, excuse me, subterfuge running. Evaded the tackle there of Bell and is able to get within, well, how far is it? 2 feet from the line. Beautiful stuff, but pushed over the sideline.
We'll wait and see if Canberra come up with it. They do. O'Sullivan. So some problems there with the Canberra Raiders. I'm sorry, Johnny Croucher, footy tab.
That's okay, Graham. $32,000 from the pick to score dividend pool. Canberra, of course, very hot favourites. Nearly 3/4 of all the entries have tipped them to win, and 1 entry in 5 has gone for a field goal. The footy tab computer, well, it goes for Canberra as well. 16-20 for them. Manly only 8-12.
The favourites of everybody, but they're under a bit of pressure. Now they come back. Belcher up the middle. Oh, great step. Where's his support? He's looking around. Who can get to him? Martin links up. Martin was originally held back by Williams. We'll see if a touch judge comes in. It goes loose. Iro missed it. Who's got it? It's going to be a line dropout. How close from one end to the other.
Absolutely magnificent this by Canberra, but the ball is bouncing around near the Manly line. Iro takes it, loses it, dives for it, does get to the ball at that point. The referee was right beside him, as you can see, and he's claiming that Iro grounded the ball in goal. So it'll be a line dropout. They've got a trainer on at the moment treating, I think might be Townsend over there on the side, but the kick-off has taken place.
So here's Canberra coming back. So action aplenty at both ends of the field. Manly went close through lines and then Canberra went close. What can they do now? Canberra has another lovely ball. Meninga's put Belcher in. Belcher going in. They'll score. Beautiful football, Canberra.
Belcher is in everything.
Wasn't that a lovely ball too from Meninga, and Belcher went chiming into the gap. Great stuff.
Yes, just watch it. Waller's a dummy half. Beautiful pass out there to Stewart. Now just watch Meninga's involvement here, just the way he sucked the defence to him, pulled them back on the inside slightly, gave it to Belcher. Iro should be shot for the attempted or the non-attempted tackle. It was dreadful, absolutely dreadful. But here's Stewart, away there, out there to Meninga. Meninga on to Belcher, puts him into a gap that, well, you don't need a gap when you can run as fast as this man, let me tell you. Watch the awful attempt from Iro and the final tackle there by Lydiard on the sideline. But that was a grand try by the Canberra side. Gary Belcher in marvellous form.
Well, of course, it was his great run that got them down into the attacking position in the first place. His 5th try for this season. And Meninga, who laid on that lovely ball to attempt the conversion. The angle from just outside the quarter line. The kick from Meninga looks good, but swinging away on the outside of the upright. So Canberra lead Manly by 4 points to 0.
Canberra lead Manly 4-0.
Mark Scape, racing driver for Team Nissan. His car, Nissan Pulsar GX. The other car, Nissan Vector GX sedan. The price, $14,990. The saving, over $2,800 at the Team Nissan sale. Mark's problem, the Vector is gaining on him, and he's giving the 1.8-litre fuel-injected engine everything. He'll take him under 4-wheel disc brakes. Oh, brilliant use of power steering. He's got him. Nissan Vector GX sedan with over $2,800 to be saved at $14,990. It can't be beaten. That's my car.
Ready to go?
Problems like this call for an original solution. Now this bloke's got common sense. You can tell by his strides and shirt. The original Australian King G drill. Made for people who don't mess around. Good fit and down to earth. They don't try to look good, so they do. The original King G drill. Made for people who don't mess around.
Home, sweet home. You shopped around and bought well. Managed a good mortgage deal, too. What about insurance? Getting all the protection you need? Covered by a real insurance specialist, You could be paying a lot more and getting a lot less. Don't feel locked in. Call GIO and plan more security with your home insurance.
End of the whacker. It's Canberra 4, Manly 0. Manly with the ball midway half and quarter line, their own end of the field. The kick down Canberra's end. Belcher with ease. Straight to him.
Well, he's the last fullback in the Winfield Cup that you would kick directly to. I mean, it's suicide to do that. Manly have got to get their kicking game into organisation.
Now Daly floats it out wide to Bell on the wraparound. Canberra just inside their own half. And now Daly might have injured that sternum again.
Sorry. I thought he might have been in trouble because a sternum is not an injury you get over. It's a problem with the frontal bone there in the head and the breast. And here we go.
Here's Meninga. Meninga down to the quarter line. He's got Martin on the outside now. Oh, brilliant football. And Martin races away and scores. 8 points to 0. Classic stuff, that.
Yes, I've got to say it was absolutely beautiful. That was a marvellously crafted bit of football there. Watch it again on the replay. And here's the way it goes. Nissan replay. Mal Meninga throwing the dummy, going on the outside of the defence there. Now watch this little beautiful change of direction and the subterfuge way he gave the pass out on the blind side. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to see it again on a head-on shot, a ground level shot, and you'll see the way it came. Now watch him dummy here and dispossess himself of one of the defenders. He comes straight towards our ground level camera, and he's got a player on the inside. The player changes to the outside, so does Mal, and that's the way the try was created. Absolutely beautiful. No question in the world about it. Martin's try was excellent.
And what about the work of him? He went on the inside, sucked the defence in, and used the speed to get back on the outside, and Meninga picked him up, and that's where the hole was.
Yeah,
Meninga was hurt, though, when he was tackled, because Gary Belcher's taken over the goal-kicking duties. Just outside the quarter line, Belcher moves in. The kick is good. It's there. 2 more points to Canberra. Belcher's second goal of the year, and Canberra lead Manly by 10 points to 0.
Christine Gibson, racing driver for Team Nissan. Her car, Nissan Pulsar Q. The price, $15,990. The saving, over $2,500 at the Team Nissan sale. The problem, she's caught up in the queue with everyone else who wants a Pulsar Q for only $15,990. With viscous limited slip diff, 1.8-litre fuel-injected engine, and power steering. So be quick, with over $2,500 to be saved, you can be in a queue for just $15,990.
It's a Nissan, that's my car. It's my car.
10-0 to Canberra over Manly. Manly were unlucky not to have posted a try earlier. Penalty, Eddie Ward against the Manly defence. We trust you enjoyed all that action of the first game tonight. Great win to the Broncos. 20 points to 8 over Cronulla. Vital for them. Just as vital tonight for Manly, who now need to be the next scorers. Todd. Well, that's a crazy pass from Todd. Now Carey is going to go out there for Daly. Maybe this evens it up a little bit. Manly lost O'Connor. There is another change too in the Manly side. Matt Dunford is out there for Townsend, who was forced off. They had these problems right through the night against Canterbury last week, Manly. Now Eddie Ward catches Canberra. Now Meninga out wide inside the mark from the scrum.
Des Hasler's moved out into the 3 quarters, and you'll notice that Dunford's in the forwards row.
So Hasler's gone to the centre. Dunford into the back row, and Darryl Williams is out on the wing. 3 all the penalties. Bella. Switch of play down the blind side. Well read by Lance, who saw Hasler was going to bring it back. Dunford. Graham Lowe would be a very worried man. Jones. Cochrane. Hosking. Head down, charges ahead. Lance with another tackle. Bella came from a long way back. Much better play from Manly now. Last tackle. They're running it at this stage. Lyons shaping to kick. Out there for Stewart. Lydiard is onto him very quickly. He steps Lydiard, but he can't beat Williams. Good play from Manly. A nice passage from the Sea Eagles.
Yes, a clever little kick into the in-goal area. Stewart takes it very well. Does well to evade Lydiard, who was probably coming at him just a little bit too fast. But he was wrapped up by Williams, so the effort realised the line dropout that's going to come to the Canberra side now.
Stewart with the restart. Williams is still in the centre. In fact, Ronson has moved out to the wing. Iro. What a big fullback he is. More than a handful when he gets some room to move. Roberts. Lance just threw himself at Roberts. Bella. Short blindside. They have the entire field opened up to them now through their backline, Manly. Tuvey. Lyons. Hasler on his outside. Unloads, but very quickly wrapped up. O'Sullivan, good tackle. Dunford. Roberts. Some sloppy play now from Manly. And another penalty.
Well, that was out of frustration from his own inexpertise in overrunning the pass. We're going to see this again, but then of course he lashes out before raises his foot before the ball's been put on the ground. So there's another penalty to the Canberra side against Manly.
Well, that tells the story of the scoreline, doesn't it? 8 by Manly. Walters for Todd. Well, they're going to punish Manly again for letting them off the hook. Great ball from Lazarus. That's what they did against Balmain, supporting each other on the fringe, the forwards. O'Sullivan, a little jink and back up the middle for Belcher. Steve Walters just takes off from dummy, half right up the middle. He nearly got right through. His brother Kevin was the man of the match, the Nissan man of the match at Lang Park earlier tonight. It might be the Walters show all round. Stewart. He's offside, Bell. Hasler with a chance, kicking to the open side. Lyons linking up with Ronson. Counter-attack from Manly. They did well to come away.
So Manly, midway half and quarter line, their own end of the field. Tuvey. This is Hasler. Ducked under that high one. Oh, beautiful ball. How did he pluck that out of the air?
Marvellous handling by Lydiard.
Halfway line. Here's Roberts. 10 metres Canberra side of halfway. They need to score next, Manly. They're down 10-0 as Jones takes it to within sight of the Canberra quarter line.
Yes, they've really got a roll on at the moment.
This is a penalty against Canberra for holding him down and to play the ball.
Well, there it is. That's the evidence of one of the few errors that the Canberra side have made. I think that's only their 4th penalty that they've conceded in the match so far. Mel Cochrane will take over the kicking duties. He did kick last week, and he came back into the first grade side after Russell was demoted. But he's not been doing a whole lot of goal kicking. He's had leg trouble, so he's probably a little bit of a perhaps. But O'Connor, their original kicker, is off the field now.
So Mel Cochrane, isn't that a great shot from high above the whacker ground? Now Cochrane, he hasn't kicked a goal this year. A former Rothmans medalist, 1986. So I'm not sure whether O'Connor would have kicked tonight anyway, having that hamstring problem to his right leg.
He probably wouldn't have, David.
Here's Cochrane moving in. It's high in the air, and it's good enough for 2 points to Manly. And Canberra lead Manly Manly at the Wagga ground, 10 points to 2.
Tooheys Draft. Real taste, real beer.
You can't eat like this every day. And on my salary, who can afford it? McCain budget gourmet dinners are the go. Ripper meals without the rip-off price. Ah, McCain, you've done it again.
Okay, folks, here we go. We're going to dial the winner of our Dinner with Tom Cruise competition.
Hello?
Hello, Julie Rankin.
Yeah?
Nice work, Julie. You've scored a dinner with Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Yes, a stretch limousine will take you to a top city restaurant, then a romantic dinner, just you and
Fantastic.
Tom.
When?
Tonight.
Tonight? I'm sorry, I can't.
What?
What? Mum's doing a lamb roast.
Oh, great, yeah.
I hope you realise I gave up a dinner with Tom Cruise for this.
Never mind, love. You can go out with him any night.
You've been fed up with your bank for years now, right? So why don't you change? Because it's the devil you know and the paperwork's a hassle. Come on, admit it. You don't want to front up at the bank and say, give me all my money. Okay? So don't. The state bank can do all that for you. You never have to go into your old bank ever again.
And at the Wagga ground, Canberra 10, Manly 2, but Canberra on the attack again. Lazarus taking the ball ahead. But it's a handover. It's on the last tackle.
Well, they should have been well downfield, David, because, of course, the last Canberra kick-off after the penalty, Iro dropped the ball, unmarked, unsurrounded, just dropped the ball in the open field.
What they call in tennis an unforced error.
I would think that would be a very good description of it.
Almost out to the quarter line. Manly trailing by 8 points. Back on the inside, lovely ball to Hasler from Lyons. Hasler up to the halfway. He's got Toomey with him. He's run away from Toomey. He's still got Toomey there. Toomey's got support. Lyons back to the quarter line. He gets it away to Lydiard. Lydiard, 20 metres out. Back on the inside it comes. Dunford can't get there, but Lyons can wrap it up. It's not Lyons. In fact, it's Williams who's got it, but sensational stuff from Manly. Bella going ahead. That was lovely work. Lyons probing out wide. He finds Toomey, who's gone without it. Lydiard picks it up. The referee says play on. They've lost it in the end anyway, and Martin falls on it for Canberra. Well, after all of that brilliant stuff, they muck it up like that. Here's Clyde, and he's lost it, has he? No. Todd. Just outside the quarter line. Lazarus. How often do you see Canberra do that? When they get stretched, they just use the two props to take it out of their own danger zone.
And what good props they've got. Both of them very, very functional, very, very good, solid players.
Last tackle against Canberra. Stewart hoists it high. Ronson getting underneath it. Had plenty of time to think about that. And he's bringing it back straight down the centre of the field. Almost back to the halfway line. Jones, inside Canberra's territory, offloads to Cochrane. Toovey. Oh.
Thank you, says Mal Meninga.
Well, he must hate Roberts after that.
Gee, Perth Hospital was nearly called. Iro!
That's a lovely ball to Iro, but nobody with him.
Manly coming back. Needing to score. Lyons has been opening up the play. He was knocked down after he kicked. Eddie Ward said he wasn't. I thought he was interfered with. Crowd certainly don't like it.
I think he fell over the back of Dean Lance, who was on the ground in front of him for some reason.
In the end, it was a fair call. Todd. Manly have had some chances. Haven't been able to finish them off. Little Jeff Toovey goes low on Coyne. Lazarus. Standing. Back for Belcher again to find some space. Runs away from Hosking. Looking for Carey. Meninga. They've got big numbers here. Canberra. Meninga away. Bell. Long floating ball out for Martin. Hasler's trying to get there in cover. Martin at Hasler. Hasler misses him. Martin, will he score? No! Oh, how close again. Great play from the Raiders.
Unbelievable strength here by Martin, the way he came down here with Hasler. Now watch the marvellous effort by Hasler, who evades him in the first place, but then gets back and involved. No, he doesn't, my mistake. But Bella, who's a front row forward, somehow traversed about 70 yards to get involved in that tackle. That's the sort of workhorse he is.
Incredible performance from Bella to get there. Tuvey. A penalty. Was that a late tackle against O'Sullivan?
Yeah, O'Sullivan was the man that he charged there.
Jones. 10-2 the Raiders. There has been some brilliant play from both sides out in the open for this big crowd. They've been on their feet a number of times. Bella. More work from him, but he was crunched by Lazarus. He was injured in the tackle. A real struggle to get to his feet. He may not get there. He's back down on his knees. Hosking. They nearly fall over the top of Bella again. I think it was a clash of heads from Lazarus and Bella. Roberts. Tuvey back quickly. Jones. Manly are finding some holes. Lyons. He looks for Hasler. Hasler trying to get it to Dunford. They've called for the head bin. Bella with the trainer. Roberts unloads for Lyons. Back up the middle is Hosking. Manly are very bunched at the moment. Lyons had nobody to run to the outside. Last tackle. Cochrane. Little chip, but that's easy for Belcher. But Cochrane wraps him up.
So here's Glenn Ryan coming onto the field. Martin Bella. Not only did he get knocked once, but then, of course, he got knocked the second time. It's almost like getting punched on the way down, isn't it?
Yes, he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time there.
He's very crook as he's being carried from the field.
Yes, the Manly Club doctor's got him on one side.
The kick from Stewart. Bounces just in the field of play. Ronson took the odds to it going out on the full. It didn't. And so Stewart gained a good 35 metres.
Yes, a splendid kick by Stewart, who gained about 35 metres with that one, but it was not his usual sort of a kick. It was a very high punt. And that's not the usual go for him. He really drives them hard downfield, gets the distance with a lower trajectory.
You had to feel a bit sorry for Ronson. That ball's bounced about a centimetre inside the line. And there's Martin Bella being taken from the field. And looking at how badly concussed he seems to be, Rex, I doubt we'll see him back, even though he's going to the head bin.
Yes, he's a pretty tough lad, though. We'll see. It might be just a momentary bit of concussion.
Now here's another chance for Manly. Hasler. Hasler up to the halfway. Good tackling and good cover from O'Sullivan on the halfway line. Ryan, Tuvey. Down the centre come Manly through Jones. Bella also has the half-time break to his advantage coming up as well. Roberts. He's offloaded that to Hosking. Hosking, good strong run from the prop. Can he get the pass away? He can, as Dunford gets down to the quarter line. Cochrane, open side. Tuvey's there. Tuvey spots the opening, but how quickly it closed. Good defence from Clyde and also O'Sullivan. Lyons to Roberts. Cochrane, away it goes to Hosking again. Oh, he's hit with a very high tackle.
Well, if his head doesn't hurt after that, he's got no brains, I can tell you. His head rattled.
Didn't it? What? The crossfield bomb from Lyons. They're coming through. And in the end, it's just patted over the dead ball line and play will restart with the line dropout.
Yes, on the Nissan replay, we'll see it again. Roberts is always very keen to get there because he's a bit of a specialist at getting these on the full, these high bombs. And I've seen him score a couple of tries for South Sydney back in his South Sydney days. There he is, the man himself. He's about 6'6", and he's got a head start on everyone else.
In fact, play will restart from the centre of the quarter line. Of course, it was on the last tackle, although the referee originally did point to the spot, did point to the decision being a line dropout, but quickly realised his error. Coyne. Belcher. He got it back to Coyne. How did he keep hold of that? I'll never know. He's found Belcher, Meninga. Meninga's wrapped up there.
A little bit of a contretemps with Martin then. He couldn't quite get Martin into the open position.
Just inside Manly's territory. Walters, Stewart, that long pass which finds O'Sullivan on the halfway line. Here's Belcher looking for the hole, but that time Jones and Lyons were there to close it up. 10-2 the score in favour of Canberra over Manly. Almost half-time here at the Wacker ground, and what a kick from Ricky Stewart. Just what the doctor ordered this close to half-time.
This is exactly the sort of kick, and it's the sort of kick I was talking about, the low trajectory driving punt. He really gets a lot of work on them, and sometimes they go 55, 60 yards.
He really has developed since changing from rugby union, hasn't he? Just even since grand final day.
He certainly has. He's a very great quality player. Got a pretty low error rate too.
Tuvey, Lyons, across field. Here's Darryl Williams. In the end, he's been pushed into touch on the first tackle. Well, those the sort of mistakes that Manly are making.
Well, you can see that he got the ball about 12 metres in from the sideline, so it was rather amateurish to allow himself to be pushed over the sideline, the intervening 12 metres.
This is a worrying time for Manly fans right on half-time. They're trailing 10-2. The last thing they want to concede is a try here. Canberra on the Manly quarter line. Belcher just threw the pass in hope, and here's Martin on the wing to the quarter line. Back on the inside, he's been wrapped up.
Lydiard tackling well out there on the wing.
Bell from the other wing finds Belcher. Belcher puts it through. Was he interfered with? The referee says no. Can Iro get it back into the field of play? He can. A flying boot goes through the air, but Iro did well.
I think that's the second time he's lost a boot tonight.
And Manly just run it away from their own line. Safety first from this end of the field. Lydiard, experienced player. He won't throw any pass, but he's lost the ball. And here's a chance. Ricky Stewart got it away to Lance, but it looked a forward pass, and the referee said it was.
Well, experienced or not, I know he is an experienced player, Lydiard, but by heavens, when you lose the ball close to the line like this, and this sort of opportunity goes to the opposition to score a try, fortunately, he lost it and the pass went forward.
So it's a Manly feed. Ricky Stewart was fighting for the ball. There's no risk what the offence was, the forward pass. Tuvey goes through a gap almost to the quarter line, but what good tackling. Put him on the deck. It was Clyde, and at half-time, Canberra go in, leading Manly by 10 points to 2.
Robert Duvall is a streetwise cop.
Straight with me, I'll be straight with you.
Sean Penn is his hotshot partner.
You don't run from the fastest white boy at 2 feet.
Together, they're taking on a violent revolution.
My wife says she wants to meet you. You can bring a date. Thanks.
And they're taking on each other.
Think you can handle me? You think I'm over the hill?
For the first time on television, Dennis Hopper's graphic insight into street life LA style.
Do you think you get respect?
Monday, 8:30 on Capital, the premiere of Colors.
Every day, almost working harder, Omo Clean keeps you looking brighter. That Omo Clean will surely come your way. Every day keeps you looking brighter. Every day, almost working harder. Omo Clean keeps you looking brighter. That Omo Clean will surely come your way. Every day.
Nothing works harder than Omo to set the standard in cleaning and brightening. Omo, nothing cleans and brightens better. Then again, nothing ever has.
Dewey's Draft. Real taste, real beer.
Birdwatch. Shh. Oh, cover short. My favorite beauties. Be quiet. Well, shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Scratch and shout.
There's a new tax
$2 instant Scratch It game on now. You can win up to $100,000 instantly. Shout yourself a Tats Instant Scratch It.
You'll find it all in Fishwick. Here's just what the doctor ordered. Single inner spring mattresses only $79. Double futon mattresses $169. How about single foam mattresses from $69, including fitted sheets valued at $29 absolutely free? So make an appointment with the doctor. The Sleep Doctor, Wollongong Street. At Steve's Communications, we care for your business with PCs and software. Communications, service, advice, education, or just fun. Steve's Communications, still caring.
The Land and National Development Corporation announces the opening of Gordon Valley Estate. Prestige home sites and house and land packages at an affordable price with magnificent Brindabella views. Only 5 minutes from the Hyperdome. Gently sloping blocks. Full underground services. Close to Point Hut and the Murrumbidgee. Fixed prices, no auction uncertainty. House and land packages are available and blocks start from $29,000. Just drive down Johnson Drive and look for the flags or call Realty World Gordon on 294 1000.
Nissan, an associate sponsor of Friday Night Football, hopes that you're enjoying this telecast.
Welcome back to the WACA. Outstanding first 40 minutes by Canberra. They really did lay on some great play, and Manly also a little bit unlucky. Great crowd here, and of course our Vidal Sassoon lady has joined us tonight from Perth. Tanya Stats, I'm going to make your night for you for coming to the football here at the WACA. $250 cash from Vidal Sassoon and 12 months of their fabulous product.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this very much.
Enjoying the football?
Very much. I'm a Canberra supporter. Only.
Oh, well, you're still smiling. You might be smiling at the end of the game.
Right,
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Tanya. Also, a bit of a face that I think you might know has joined us at the WACA tonight. Dennis Lilly, are you enjoying this rugby league?
Geez, I am, mate. Actually, the funny thing about it was the Vidal Sassoon lady said she couldn't do much for me, though. That was a bit of a bagging. What does she mean?
Sorry about that one. You were telling me the other day here at a luncheon in Perth that one of your young sons is playing or rugby, one of the codes.
Yeah, he's playing union, and he just said to me today, Dad, you've got to take me down there. I said to him, well, look, you know, as long as I don't have to tackle that Mel Meninga, I'll come down.
He's having a whale of a first half.
Mate, it's an exciting game. I mean, I've always watched it on television and enjoyed it, but to see it live like this is incredibly exciting. I think you'll sell it to the WA public without any doubt.
All right, well, we're just watching this first try from Canberra. And you're talking about Meninga. He sets up a great ball. This man's impressive too, Dennis. Gary Belcher, who's chimed in a number of times.
Yeah, he's fast, and the way he sidestepped that tackle, or almost a tackle, it was brilliant.
All right, well, what are you doing these days?
As little as possible. Bits and pieces, a little bit of advertising, a bit of promotion, a little bit of coaching, and then the rest of the time trying to keep out of trouble.
Well, enjoy the second half, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, great.
All right. Dennis Lilly, who joined us here on Nissan Friday Night Football. Canberra leading at half-time here, 10 points to 2. We'll be back from the WACA with more in just a moment.
I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please?
Have you still got your Pizza Hut Scratch and Win State of Origin game card? Because here's another chance to watch and win. The prize you're playing for in this draw is a Sanyo radio cassette. The footy word you'll also need is penalty. If your game card has this combination, then you've won this fabulous radio cassette player. To claim your prize, call this number within 24 hours. Any unclaimed prizes go into our sweepstakes draw on June 13. Remember, twice a night each weeknight, you have the chance to watch and win.
Harvey Norman Discounts have scoop purchased a whole warehouse full of famous name Feltex carpets. Save up to 50% off Feltex carpets, fully laid on gold export Bridgestone underlay. This Elwood woven axe at just $165 per metre laid, save over $160. Dreamscape, 100% New Zealand wool tweed heather twist pile, $119 per metre laid, save $110. Casablanca heavy duty 100% New Zealand wool twist pile, $123 per metre laid, save $112. And save $46 per metre on Carlingford wool blend twist pile broadloom, $109 per metre. Who's got Feltex carpets at up to 50% off?
Johnny Ferguson is a man who knows how to perform under pressure. So when it comes to clothing that can take all the rough stuff, Chica goes to one place.
Working gear for all your clothing requirements.
Clothing so tough, even Big Mal couldn't break it.
That's tough.
You'll find it all in Fishwick. Here's just what the doctor ordered. Single inner spring mattresses only $79. Double futon mattresses $169. How about single foam mattresses from $69, including fitted sheets valued at $29 absolutely free? So make an appointment with the doctor. The Sleep Doctor, Wollongong Street. At Steve's Communications, we care for your business with PCs and software. Communications, service, advice, education, or just fun. Steve's Communications, still caring.
Welcome back to the WACA. Canberra leading 10-2 here at halftime. What a great night of rugby league with this doubleheader and a big weekend ahead. We will wrap it all up for you on Sunday night. Of course, this is a magnificent crowd here at the WACA, and you'll be seeing all the highlights of this match, as you will all the highlights of the other games on Sunday night with Ian Maurice in Late Night League.
All silent, all done for $20,000. A moment to speculate. Ladies and gentlemen, surely 21 at $20,000 done. Finishing out, done. Jack Ingham for $20,000.
I want to be able to leave this game with a standard that I shall feel proud of and hope to be remembered by.
The King well and truly blushing there with Jackie Love. Okay, in his testimonial year, we wish him well. Let's take you back for a look at the 80s. Just 12 months ago here at the WACA, it was Balmain and Parramatta.
And welcome back to the WACA. We're coming to you live from the WACA ground here in Perth as Mike Stone, the referee, comes out for this historic occasion.
It was March of '89 and Perth's famous WACA played host for the first time to Rugby League. Over 26,000 West Australians were on hand for a Balmain Parramatta Classic.
In the back line, he stood up, Brett Kenny. He runs around Fitzhenry, brilliant! An absolute gem from Grant.
Playing a man short for most of the game, the Eels were inspired by Peter Sterling.
He's been sent from the field. Nick Stone, listen to his touch judge, has got a report. Mark Bugden has been sent off. Other players are being questioned at the moment.
Wynn, Peter Wynn, freshly onto the field. Slipped the ball. Chance here for Woods in the corner. Ball back in for Sterling. It's a try. The little general himself has gone in.
And there it is. It's all over. Balmain are eliminated, and Parramatta win this Panasonic Cup match from the WACA.
I wonder if it can be a virtual repeat tonight of that match, Balmain and Parramatta. The Eels were down by 12 points, I think, early in that game. Here at halftime tonight, it's 10-2, Canberra leading Manly. Can the Sea Eagles bounce back? We will find out right after these messages.
Sunday, Red Heat, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Moscow's toughest detective, James Belushi, Chicago's craziest cop.
I now work undercover. You look like Gumby.
There's only one thing worse than making them mad, and that's making them partners. Then on Monday, Colours. Robert Duvall and Sean Penn are taking on a revolution and each other.
You're just like them, Pac-Man. Nothing but games.
Sunday, Red Heat. Monday, Colours. Premier movies on Capital.
Passengers on flight 25.
So your flight?
No, not mine.
Right, you would tell us about the braking system?
ABS it's called, anti-skid braking. You're in control all the way.
Good morning. Morning. Hey, just out there before the door.
Yeah.
Did you see it? What is that? Isn't that beautiful looking thing? What is it? It's a Nissan.
The simply superb new Nissan Maxima. You said one day you'd own a car like this.
A Nissan.
You'd be absolutely crazy to pay $699 for a Sleepmaker queen-size bed, let alone $599. So what about $499? And you'd be loopy to pay $350 for famous brand single bed sets, or even $300. So try $249 at 40 weeks and save not $100 or $200, but an insane $300 on queen-size Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker Mirror Coil and chiropractic approved beds. And get a bonus quality Pura Down feather quilt. The 40 Winks Crazy Sale. Don't blink or you'll miss it.
You'll find it all in Fishwick. Here's just what the doctor ordered. Single inner spring mattresses only $79. Double futon mattresses $169. How about single foam mattresses from $69, including fitted sheets valued at $29 absolutely free? So make an appointment with the doctor. The Sleep Doctor, Wollongong Street. At Steve's Communications, we care for your business with PCs and software. Communications, service, advice, education, or just fun. Steve's Communications, still caring.
When you want your car fixed as soon as possible, you want City Auto Repairs in Belconnen. They're open 7 days with a qualified team that will do the job quickly and properly. Plus, they're NRMA approved and backed by 20 years of experience. So whatever you make, whatever your model, trust your car to the complete car care centre. City Auto Repairs, now in Park Street, Belconnen Town Centre. Remember, they're open 7 days and you can phone them on 251 5855.
In reference to a little night music, The Times wrote,
"This show takes glamour and farcical intrigue in its stride."
While The Australian claimed that it was
the liberated musical.
A little night music, critically acclaimed around the world, and now proudly presented by the Canberra Philharmonic Society for a limited season only.
Heady, civilised, sophisticated and enchanting. Good God, an adult musical.
Dinner and show packages are available, but you'd better book early.
Welcome back to the Wacker ground here in Perth as Des Hasler and the rest of the Manly team make their way back onto the ground for the second half of this match. Maybe it is Wally's brother. Hi, Mum. Brisbane.
With real problems. They did it tough against Canterbury as far as injuries was concerned last week. Eddie Ward checks with Cliff Lyons, who is looking after this Manly side with O'Connor off the field. Down for Iro. This time he doesn't knock on. Straight into the forwards. Manly to bring it away from the 22. Great first half of football.
Well, I suggest he gets something done about his boots because he's just lost his boot again for the 3rd time.
Ryan. He's lost the football. This is normally where Canberra make you pay for it.
Well, Ryan's claiming that one of the Canberra players knocked the thing out of his hands, but unfortunately he started to get to his feet and the ball just went forward.
Stewart goes blindside with Clyde in attendance. Taken by Lydiard. Stewart. Back on the inside was Lance, who's played well for the Raiders. Todd. They're very deep in the backs. Stewart. O'Sullivan. Meninga. Trying to run over the top of little Jeff Tuvey. He hung on to one ankle. Walters inside the 22. Last tackle. Pressure on Stewart, who was going to kick the chip. Easily for Iro. Straight to him. He busts a couple of tackles. Todd and Clyde put pay to him. number of times Manly have put themselves under pressure. And they have had some real opportunities to score. Roberts. Good strong run and unloads well for Cochrane. Lions in a dummy half. Hosking. A couple of tackles left for Manly. They'll look to kick. Jones was standing back there. Belcher runs across to take it easily. Ryan was there. He gets it away to Martin. Tackled low and well by Lyons. O'Sullivan. Belcher once more. Staying in the front line, he slips in the cricket pitch area. All even as far as the opposition half is concerned with possession. Lance, on hands and knees, he was trying to gain some extra metres. They're running this Manly side around. Bell! Shaped to pass it back on the inside. Hasler had chased him right across the field. Clyde. The green machine, they call them. They just lock into top gear. They're very hard to shift. Stewart.
That'll bring rain.
Iro underneath it, taken out. Well, somebody might spend some time in the bin for this one.
He should have to. I really believe that this has got to happen here. Well, let's see it again on the replay. This is ridiculous. Taking a player out of action. Watch Iro. Just watch him. Before the ball gets to him, bang, over he goes. He's off for 10 minutes, and I want to see that cut right out of the game, regardless of who it happens to.
Well, Bell just didn't look at the football whatsoever. Now he's going to have to cool down for 10 minutes. Canberra down to 12 men. Iro still having some problems.
Well, when you're standing there defenceless, really, I mean, it's a bit of a cowardly act, I feel.
Lydiard. Can they find any gaps out wide now that they're down to 12? Roberts taking over the Bella duty strongly. Tuvey. Hosking. Tuvey again. Lyons. Short area for Hasler to work with. He's going to be run out over touch. He passed the football to Williams, who was already over the sideline.
Well, it's a very complicated move, but Hasler does the flick, and you can see Williams is at least 2 feet over the sideline at the time. This sound replay doesn't tell a lie.
Something to smile about for Darryl Williams.
Yes, the best run I had in that game the other night against Canberra was when I was over the sideline.
O'Sullivan. Meninga. Lyons was up quickly. Tries to hold Meninga down to allow his forwards to get out of the scrum. Lance. They go back to where the scrum was, and Eddie Ward said he found a forward pass. Must have been a small one.
I don't know about small. I think it was about a metre. About a metre, but that might be classified as small.
This is certainly classified as small. Jeff Tuvey. Lyons waits for a long time to pick him up. Tuvey stepping back inside. O'Sullivan missed him once. The second time he doesn't. Hasler. Ryan. They need to score, Manly.
So Manly just inside Canberra's territory. Well, they're down the right end of the field to try and post a 4-pointer. It's 10-2 in favour of Canberra over Manly. 10 metres inside Canberra's territory. Roberts surges ahead, having a lot of difficulty offloading the football tonight, Roberts. They're obviously awake to his skill of getting a pass away, and they're locking his arms. This fella's having a good game, though. Lyons for the quarter line. He keeps throwing the dummies. Finally, the pass went forward and also off Dunford's hands. And so the scrum will go down just outside the quarter line. This sound replay, I thought he might have had a word with Lazarus about a high tackle there, but the ball seemed to me to come off Todd. I think the referee's made a bit of a blunder there.
I think you're right, too.
They might have been justified in saying that maybe they should have had the feed in that scrum. In fact, in the end, if the advantage had been played, it could well have been a Manly try. But Canberra have it just outside their quarter line. This is Coyne. Meninga. Look at that. Two fellas combined to put him on the deck. Ryan and Dunford. Walters, Stewart, 34 metres out from Canberra's line. As Todd takes it up strongly for the Canberra Raiders. Inside of the halfway. Stewart kicking for touch on that far side of the field. Iro traps it with his boot sensibly to bring it back. Well, he seems to have recovered from that knock that he received from Bell. Glenn Ryan from dummy half. And he almost gets it back to the halfway. Handling errors. Manly making a few more. Some of those handling errors have been down their own end of the field. Hasler. Tuvey. Crosses the halfway line. Dunford the dummy half. Dunford on his own. He had Roberts on the outside but couldn't get away to him. Tuvey. Lyons. Lyons has thrown more dummies tonight and you're finding a damn whole lot of chemist shots. It's good running from Iro. 20 metres out from Canberra's line. Last tackle. Hasler decides to go on his own. He keeps the movement going and Glenn Ryan puts the kick in. It came off a Canberra player. Thought he was offside and so did I. It's Steve Walters who's going to play it. He had to be in front of that other Canberra player. Well, that's the way I read it. Carey held up. Well, perhaps they've been a bit stiff, Manly, in the second half so far. They've been twice on the wrong side of the referee's decisions. 13 or 14 metres out from Canberra's line. Lazarus loses the football. Williams decides to go infield, and this is Dunford who straightens the attack up. This has been the best passage Manly have had in the game.
Yes, they're going well at the moment, just keeping a good pressure on. If they can just come up with something, it'll be good.
And that was a beautiful ball away to Jones, and Jones will score! Lovely ball from Lyons. And Jones has scored the try that brings Manly back.
Indeed he has. This is a splendid try from this young fella, only a boy, and he does it this way. Cochrane to Lyons, out to Jones. Very nice little swerve he's got off his right foot. He's got a bit of pace too. And watch it again because this is a good one. Now Lyons puts him into a gap. He comes back on the inside of O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan doesn't go for him. Wrong foots Belcher totally. And that's a bad miss by Belcher. For an Australian fullback to miss a man that dramatically, so close to the line, is not good. But there he is coming along. There, see that nice little step he's got? I think he must have played in the backs at one stage.
Well, it was a good try from John Jones, the policeman from Manly, because it's given Manly some hope of picking up the Winfield Cup points. 10-6 the score, and Cochrane has a chance to reduce the margin to just 2 points.
Interesting that Bell is still in the bin too. They're down to 12. He's got 4 minutes left, David, and I just wonder how costly that is now. They make mistakes like that and they leave their men one short. Tim Sheen's checking the clock. We've only gone 9 minutes into this second half. And he knows that his Raiders have given Manly a great chance because they probably had 2 or 3 real opportunities in the first half as well.
Cochrane, 20 metres out, moves in, he strikes it, well, not as sweetly as the first attempt tonight because it's way out to the left of the uprights. And the score at the Wacker is Canberra 10, Manly 6.
Jim Richards, international racing driver for Team Nissan. The car, Nissan Pintara, a powerful car for a powerful man. The engine, 2.4 litres. More muscle than Magna, more clout than Camry. Handling, smooth, precise. Space, comfort, check.
Fill her up, thanks.
So be quick. Race into your Team Nissan dealer for great deals on Pintara at the Team Nissan sale, backed by a 2-year warranty.
Okay, Mr. Richards.
Yep, that's my car.
When we say thicker, softer sorbent, this is what we mean.
What's the gentlest tissue in the bathroom you can issue? It's sorbent, the thickest for sure. Sorbent's economical, it sells at astronomical. Use sorbent, the thickest for sure. The thickest for sure.
Thicker, softer sorbent. No wonder it's Australia's favourite.
Come in during May for Retrovision's Ripper May Sale. Make wash days easy with the sturdy Hoover Commodore Auto Washer. 5 kilogram capacity and stainless steel bowl, a ripper $599. And for the perfectly equipped laundry, team it with the Hoover Ensign 3.5 kilogram dryer, a ripper $259. Check your catalogue for these and other Ripper May sale bargains from Retrovision, the biggest retailer of electrical appliances.
10-6 Canberra over Manly. A great match on our hands here at the Wacker Nissan Friday Night Football. Hope you've enjoyed this double header. Lazarus. Brisbane the first up winners tonight, 20 points to 8 over Cronulla. Now Manly clawing their way back into this game. Walters running from dummy half. Todd away for O'Sullivan. Meninga goes into dummy half on the last tackle. Stewart under plenty of pressure. He creates a bit of room for himself cleverly to get the kick in. Iro trying to let it go dead in goal at will. Back to the 22. Bell just with some seconds left now to come back out of the sin bin that cost his side a try. Roberts. Taken well low by Todd. Cochrane. Manly have showed up some gaps in this Raiders defence. Only been able to finish off the one try. Hosking. The crowd lets you know that Bell has come back to the sideline. They certainly weren't happy with his incident involving Iro. Jones. Belcher running well across field to take that. Lydiard has him.
Lydiard's done well tonight for Manly. He's tackled, done his tackling work well.
Carey. Lazarus. Dunford low, Robertson, Ryan over the top. 14 missed tackles against Manly. It's starting to creep up the count as far as the Raiders are concerned. The team that's allowed only 7 points a match against them this season. Clyde, who had moved out into the centres whilst Bell was in that sin bin. Stewart in behind Ronson. A long roll on the football. Ronson couldn't get there, and a fine kick from Stewart.
Yes, indeed. Stewart really got the boot correctly onto this one. It rolled end over end, just to about a metre of the corner flag. It'll be a Manly feed, of course, but they've got a long way to traverse to get a try from here.
Now the scrum was going to pack late with Clyde, who would move back out to the centres again, not realising that Bell had come back. He still didn't pack in. Could have been penalised there, Canberra, and should have been. Iro back on the inside. Roberts up the middle. There was nobody really there for Canberra. They took a long time to get across there from the scrum. Lyons. Tuvey. Was only grabbed by a jumper by Lazarus. Hosking. Plenty of character being shown by this Manly side after so many injury problems in the first half. They're bouncing back strongly. Williams trying to repeat the dose that Stewart served on his side a couple of moments ago. He does it just as brilliantly. Yeah, fine kick.
Absolutely beautiful kick there, and coming at a critical time too. Now watch the way Carey has every intention of going for it at this point, but it rolls over the sideline, as the rugby league ball will often do. It'll completely confuse you.
Carey wasn't far away from putting a boot on that. He took his eyes off the ball for a second. So Canberra, they're under pressure now.
I think Ryan could have been penalised for coming out of that scrum too.
Now some of these Canberra players starting to feel a little bit jaded. 8 of them, including Daly, who of course has gone off, has played 3 games in 10 days.
Yes, that's a factor that could be taken into consideration in a close match like this over the last 15 minutes.
This fellow's only played 2 though, Todd. Walters fighting to retain his Queensland State of Origin jumper. And Bell's got plenty of pace, and he almost managed to tiptoe his way through that Manly defence. Stewart That long pass finds Meninga. Meninga decides to just bang it straight down the throat of Iro. It was almost kick and hope, wasn't it?
He's run out of his shoe again.
He's out of it again.
That's the fifth time in this match he's run out of his boot.
Is it the same boot each time?
I think they'll have to nail them onto his feet.
Manly. Well, they've certainly had the better of the second half so far. Back towards the halfway line. Canberra leading 10-6. Roberts.
Who's doing the work of Villa and himself very, very well in the second half.
Open side, Tuvey. Lyons is there. Lyons decides to kick it to this corner on this side of the field. End over end, it's bouncing. Belcher's coming across for it. Belcher brings it back. Now Hasler's down there, and so too is Ronson. And 12 metres out from his own line, Gary Belcher has to play the football. Carey from dummy half. Great work from Manly. It's a spirited showing from them so far in the second half as Meninga gets it just outside the quarter line. Walters has Coyne with him, decides to go straight down the centre. He's up over the halfway. Tuvey coming across. He's got no support. Great run and great tackle.
Magnificent cover defence by Tuvey on that occasion.
And here's Stewart. Here's a chance for the Raiders out wide. Stewart, he's got the pass away. And he also had Bell with him, but I thought that was Ford, that pass.
Clearly.
On the quarter line. Last tackle, an attempted field goal from O'Sullivan looks good. It's there, one more point to the Canberra Raiders. And Canberra lead by 11 points to 6.
Yes, O'Sullivan really made the game a little bit more difficult for Manly now by this very quickly and neatly taken drop goal, and just crept inside the right-hand upright there. Just a shave of paint may have done that one.
O'Sullivan bleeding profusely from a wound in his head by the looks of things.
But why doesn't he go off?
But 5 points the margin. Makes it a bit more difficult for Manly. And what a fine run it was from Walters, and then a great tackle from Tuvey that set that up for the field goal as Coyne just outside the quarter line. Plays the ball to Walters. Stewart. Back on the inside. Here's Clyde. Good run. Good tackle from Roberts low. Stewart. O'Sullivan. Meninga. Meninga had little Tuvey standing in front of him. Canberra. Midway half and quarter line. Almost in centre field. It comes now towards Stewart. Trying to get that ball over the touchline. But Iro's there in good position. Brings it back.
Manly hanging in there in this game. Lydiard trying to beat the tackle of Lazarus and Todd. Ryan runs as a decoy for Jones. Hosking. Short ball and a good one for Roberts. Good play from the forwards. Dunford also in support. Tuvey. Lyons looking on the inside. O'Sullivan is sweating on Ryan. O'Sullivan comes away. He is absolutely smothered by Iro.
Beautiful front-on tackle, that one. He monstered him.
Long ball from Stewart. Bell. Belcher up in the line. A dummy half. Todd. Stewart looking on the inside for Clyde. They haven't had the same sort of success at this stage, Canberra, that they did in the first half against this Manly side. Coyne. They haven't been able to bust them out wide where they were finding the holes. O'Sullivan wants another field goal. Charge down. 6 more tackles. Belcher. More pressure for Manly. They had 3 markers, Manly. It didn't matter, said the referee. Well, Lance never faced his posts, and now he's going to get the penalty for being interfered with.
Well, the old pro Dean Lance is a bit slow to his feet here. I think he's claiming that he was pushed down, but Des Hasler barely touched him, and I think that's a bit of a con job, and he should be slapped on a 402 for overacting.
It's a vital penalty, though, because if it's successful, the margin's 7 points.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder at the naivety of some of the referees, particularly those that may not have played the game.
Belcher with an all-important kick. Inside the 22. He's about 16 metres out and just to the side of the posts. Study of concentration. Plenty of time over this one. He's got the goal, Belcher. The Raiders creep away a little bit more. At the Wacker, they lead 13 points to 6.
7 all, right? 6-7. So it's got to be a big 6. And fuel injected, right? Right. One of those little computers under the bonnet so she'll really perform.
Hey, did you see that?
Yeah, that guy got into his car without a key.
No key.
Calculator buttons or something.
Digital entry pad, it's called.
Hobby blood.
The simply superb new Nissan Maxima. You said one day you'd own a car like this.
It's a Nissan.
A Nissan?
Why do I need it?
What, super?
I mean, what's the point?
I can remember thinking that.
It's all too hard.
Well, it won't get any easier, will it?
But what do I need it for?
Who'll look after you if you don't?
Besides, I'm too young.
You're much better off.
You got super?
Better. AMP Super.
You're right with AMP Super.
13 points to 6, Canberra over Manly. They come back into Manly territory. Good head-on tackle from Williams on Lazarus. Stewart. Wide to the open wing. Lydiard running. Fumbles it backwards. He comes away from the touch line. He will link up with Iro. I thought he could have unloaded. He's shaped to. Iro goes from dummy half for Ronson. Hosking. Still not out of their 22, Manly. Jones, the try scorer.
O'Sullivan's crook too, coming to the sideline.
He has that head cut. Belcher. Kick that one straight to him. He gets away from Lyons, runs across field to link up with Meninga. Back to Belcher. Manly with some more defence now.
As David Woods comes onto the field for Canberra in place of Chris O'Sullivan. There he is. And Chris O'Sullivan with that head cut. In the end, he could have played a telling role with that field goal. 7 points the margin here at the Wacker. Canberra just inside Manly's territory. The little chip and chase from Stewart. He should win the race for the ball. He's got it, but no support. Walters, Meninga puts the kick in. He turns Lydiard around. Coyne's coming through quickly, but Lydiard gets back there and bangs it touch in goal. And play will restart with the line dropout.
Yes, Meninga putting this little kick through. There's the race on here, but Lydiard fairly comfortable there because he has got plenty of pace himself. Lyons was left a little bit in the lurch for sheer pace on that occasion, but I was confident that Lydiard would get there. He did, knocked it over the dead ball line. Play restarts from the goal line with a dropout now. So here come the Canberra Raiders through that big man, Mal Meninga. He decides to put the head down and look at him go. He's offloaded the ball back on the inside. Lazarus only 12 metres away from the line. And charging onto the ball was Todd. He mistimed it slightly. He had to stand and wait just for a fraction. If he got it at the right time, it might have been interesting. Open side come the Raiders. Stewart holds the pass up for Dave Woods. Good tackle. 10 metres out. The Raiders through Dean Lance, and Lance beautifully wrapped up there by Tuvey.
8 metres away.
He's been tackling absolutely magnificently.
And Steve Walters almost gets in. Last tackle against the Raiders. Woods. Stewart puts the ball on the toe into the in-goal area, and in the end it goes over the dead ball line, but off a Manly player, says the referee, and play will restart with the line dropout.
Yes, Ira has a bit of difficulty with this one, as you can see. Did hit it and actually belted over the line, but didn't get his hands onto the ball properly, and it didn't go very fast. There's a moment of terror there for the Manly side.
It's a shade of Canterbury in that 85 grand final, Graham, and they just kept hammering away with line dropouts.
It's tough enough in your own 22 to hold Canberra out for one set of 6. Here comes the third in a row.
Here's Canberra just outside the quarter line again, and here's Meninga again. Walters, Stewart, Clyde. If it's not Meninga, it's Clyde coming at you. They're both big men. He's playing in the centres at the moment, Clyde. Quickly the ball comes away to Meninga. Quick hands away. It goes to Belcher again. Belcher will score. He doesn't need to. He gives it to Meninga, who will.
He could just about do a lap of honour in Perth. They love this man, and he's got a try for them.
What a good bit of football again.
Precision passing was all the go out there in Iron Bark, and that's what it's been here at the Wacker ground today. Really nothing Manly could do about this. I'm not critical of them at all in this area. They were completely outplayed on this area by 2 players, Meninga and Belcher, who just beautifully timed his pass back on the inside to Mal Meninga. Lance onto Stewart, cross to Meninga, long pass, had to reach for it, gave it to Belcher. Belcher runs, draws the fullback, takes a defender away, and offloads a beautifully designed pass back on the inside to a man unmarked. Truly a classic bit of football.
And Mal Meninga brings up his 90th point of the year with that try. That's astonishing when we're only in round 9.
You'd like to own him.
I reckon there ought to be a law against him. Being a Manly fan.
So Gary Belcher, 2 from 2 tonight. Belcher to convert the Meninga try. The kick from Belcher is away, but still Canberra have this game. They're leading Manly by 17 points to 6.
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair of wood, and it'd be lovely.
Every week, hundreds of Australians buy homes with loans from one bank. Which bank?
I don't know what she sees in him, Mum. I just can't understand it. You know what I mean? What's so special about him?
Don't worry. Do you want a cup of tea?
Thanks. I don't know what she wants me to do.
There you go.
Thanks, Mum. Great tea, Mum.
Thanks.
Think I should ask for Ava?
Bushels, the tea you turn to.
17-6, Canberra over Manly. Now Hosking has left the field for Manly, and Chris White is out there in 23. And Stuart Stanton is out there in 26. Or he's just waiting sideline to come on for the Raiders. Apparently that'll be for Lance. Ex-Balmain player Stanton. The Raiders, who have given a great exhibition of open football for this crowd here at the Wacker. Lance. Meninga. 23,556 here at the Wacker. Another great crowd. We appreciate their rugby league. We thank...
Oh, Iro has absolutely made a meal of it. Clyde says thank you and more or less walks 4 or 5 metres, has a smile, and plenty of smiles for all the team from the Raiders. How easy was this one?
Well, somebody might be smiling. Canberra supporters might be smiling, but I'm not. I'm pulling faces. This is a disgusting bit of play here from a man that's allegedly a very good footballer. He doesn't even touch the football as far as I can see, but the man that's ultimately scored it, of course, was Clyde, who you'd expect to be there. He's an Australian lock forward, and he knows where he's got to be in any given time. He knows he's got to be near the football. Well, it just went straight through his hands. I can't believe that. Most appalling mistake for a man to make. I won't mention his name again. We don't need to see it. Let's take it off. That's enough of that. We don't want to know any more about it. But if he hadn't scored it, probably Carey would have scored for the Canberra side.
Belcher from right next to the post kicks a ton of sand as he hit the football as well, but he gets two more. Canberra 23-6 now over Manly. Tony Oro, well, they're laughing on the bench. Daly, Wade Collins. Daly with State of Origin number 2 on his mind, and trying to rectify that chest injury. Bell.
I notice Iro has been shifted and Williams has gone back to fullback.
Iro has gone up into the centres. Lazarus. Stanton has finally got out there for the Raiders. The Manly club wanted to thank some of their sponsors because, in fact, it was a home game for the Sea Eagles this match.
Yes, I know. I've heard many complaints from Manly supporters saying that they've not seen many games at Brookvale Oval.
They wanted to thank the support of their major sponsor, P&O, and the match sponsors, Titan Ford, for the Manly club. Williams. He took on the defence, who Eddie Ward said was inside the 5 metres from the kick. Manly still struggling with some players to come back. Tuvey, Cochrane and Roberts just rejoining the play right now as Jones looks for touch. And a good kick, getting out near halfway. A horrendous fortnight for the Sea Eagles with injuries. Ryan. Look at the size of the possession that overall has favoured the Raiders, 155. Passage of play that they just wore Manly down in this second half. Jones. Tuvey. Lyons. Hasler was outside him. He went without it. Ronson. Dunford. Lyons. Running out of room, but not support. Williams. He looks for support. Roberts. He'll do likewise. Dunford. Plenty of passing, but they've really gone nowhere. Last tackle. Cochrane, Lyons, Tuvey. He puts up a bomb midfield. Stewart coming across. He gets over the touchline. So it'll be a Manly feed.
Now that's a clever bit of play by Tuvey. Very clever indeed. He does a little kick, but he's the first man there to the defender and then busts him over the sideline. That's a good one.
Good play from Jeff Tuvey, but Manly, they've missed 20 tackles today and Canberra only 11. Coins come off. Wayne Collins has gone on for the Canberra side, and here's Manly. We've had a fairly good second half, and here's Hasler. Hasler going for the line, pops it over the top, and this will be a try. Coming around and scoring, David Lydiard. Scores for Manly, a consolation try late in the match.
Doesn't matter how small or how much of a consolation it was, David. It's very, very sweet to get, I can tell you. Hasler busts the tackle, lobs a long pass out there to the unmarked Lydiard, and Lydiard goes in and scores a very neat try. It was well executed. It's come too late to alter the result of the match. But there's Hasler. The tackle that he goes through was there. Went through Bell's tackle, and he's able to get a one-handed pass out to Lydiard. Lydiard is able then to come round and score a try fairly adjacent to the goalpost. So that's pretty good. I've been impressed with Lydiard tonight. He's only made one error, and which he dropped a football that was kicked to him, but that's been done by some more illustrious players than he.
So Cochrane will attempt to convert the Lydiard try. Now Cochrane, in he comes, it's high, it's straight, it's over the yellow dot here at the Wacker ground, converting the Lydiard try. Canberra 23, Manly 12. As Canberra bring it back to the halfway for the restart.
Well, I think anyone that feels anything for rugby league at all will be happy that Manly have made the score a bit closer than it was. It was getting out of range there for a while. It looked like it was going to be a whitewash.
It didn't really reflect the second half, did it?
It didn't reflect it at all. They've had a horrendous run, and some of the players have played very, very strongly. Some have been very ordinary too, but nonetheless, overall, it's been a reasonable team performance.
I saw two members in the grandstand of that Manly side there sitting there rather disconsolately. Martin Bella and O'Connor. Now, Cliff Lyons probably doesn't think the game's lost yet. 2 converted tries and they can still win it. They're just about out of time though, Manly. Cochrane. 9 metres out. Manly almost out to their own quarter line. That was almost a spear tackle, wasn't it?
Very near.
Roberts. Hasler. Long ball finds Lyons. He did well to pick that up. That really dropped on him late. Tried to lob it over the top and they've got it out of the air here, the Raiders. Trying to push that pass in the hope that they could score a try. Clyde came up with possession for Canberra. Dave Woods coming ahead now. 11 metres out. Canberra leading 23-12 here at the Wacker. Meninga comes back on the inside. Meninga charges ahead. He's a powerful man. Wayne Collins moves into dummy half. Collins decides to go on his own and he almost gets there. Now it's Steve Walters in at dummy half. Walters throws the pass. It was well read by the defence. Lazarus was wrapped up by Lyons. Now Stewart on his own, sets the pass back on the inside and Belcher goes in for the easiest of tries. Gary Belcher scores his second try of the night.
Yes, a beautiful flick pass here. Just watch it now as it comes. There it is from Stewart. Just changed the direction completely, turned the Manly defence around. They were caught napping on that occasion. There he goes, the little flick pass at that point, back on the inside to the Belcher, changing the angle of attack. Always a very creditable thing to do and a very productive thing to do. Change the direction of attack. Usually you're wrong foot a few defenders.
And Gary Belcher's probably as good as anyone in the game at doing it too.
Yes, he is. He's a good one. And young Stewart's come along now. He's developing a lot of guile. He was a good player when he played rugby union. He's, I think, an infinitely better halfback in rugby league than he ever was in union.
Well, they're giving him a fairer go too. The selectors know his name, I think.
Yeah, that's true. He's a smart player, little question about it. He's got a great kicking game. His kicking game is immense.
Here's Belcher who convert his own try, and he does so. 2 more points to the Canberra Raiders. They lead by 29 points to 12. And it's full time. Gary Belcher shakes hands with some of the Manly players. But what a great spectacle it's been here at the Wacker. Fabulous game of football, plenty of action, plenty of tries. And these Canberra players, no doubt, will think their army of supporters in the West before leaving the field. So there's the breakdown of the tries. For Canberra, Belcher 2, Martin, Meninga and Clyde 1 each. Belcher kicking 4 goals, and at a vital stage of the game, O'Sullivan popped over a field goal. For Manly, Jones and Lydiard, the try scorers, and Cochrane kicked 1 goal.
It's never an easy job to give a man of a match award to a side like Canberra, because there are usually a number of players in this team that could have awarded at any time. I think probably Belcher comes to mind, little halfback Stewart comes to mind, the man that went off, Dean Lance, had a magnificent game, really held the forwards together. Lazarus was strong. All through the team, there are players that have different skills and they play outstanding football. So I was very, very, well, had a hard-pressed job to get Meninga out of it, but I think he justifies it as far as I'm concerned. I just think he's that sort of a player.
And he also had the lifty side of it when Daly went off. But look at this, the Raiders have gone to one side. The Manly players, they were defeated, but they've also said thank you to the crowd. But the Canberra players, very popular here in Perth, and that's probably the reason why. They've come here twice, they've come away with the spoils twice, and that man, he's a hero in this town. I reckon he's almost as big a hero as Lily or Marsh, sitting in that stand.
Well, we just saw Lily there a little while ago talking about how he and his son come to watch his son play rugby union. They'll have him playing rugby league before long.
Okay, we'll take a break with Canberra defeating Manly by 29 points to 12.
Is that your flight?
No, not mine.
Right, tell us about the braking system.
ABS, it's called. Anti-skid braking. You're in control all the way.
Morning. Morning. Hey, just out there before the door closed. Look,
Did you see it?
what is that?
Isn't that
Beautiful looking thing. What is it? It's a Nissan.
The simply superb new Nissan Maxima. You said one day you'd own a car like this.
A Nissan.
We shouldn't.
Kids are asleep.
Well then, strawberries and cream.
Laced with Cointreau.
Very smooth.
And now, roasted pecans and macadamias. Enough?
More.
Plumes, a purely adult indulgence.
We at Canberra know you want to look your best, but we also know that most people don't really enjoy ironing. That's why we think you'll appreciate our complete range of Canberra permanent press work shirts, shorts, pants and overalls. They're so easy to iron. Why, they practically iron themselves.
Don't worry, Canberra.
Who was first to sell it in Perth when you moved to Mackay? Who found the farm in Tassie when you sold near Gundagai? Who was first to think of everything? Who opened the doors? Who's local and national? First National, of course.
There's only one true differential specialist in Canberra, Southern Differentials. They really know diffs because that's all they do. For specialised repairs such as crown wheel and pinion lapping, why trust your diff to anyone else? Southern Differentials is Canberra's only diff lapping and testing machine, offering a unique same-day service on major diff overhauls. Southern Differentials handle all repairs on the premises and they guarantee everything they do. There's also an extensive range of parts. Save time and money. Cut out the middleman at Southern Differentials behind Auto Talk in Parramatta Street, Phillip.
This small business system is one of many manufactured by Alcatel STC.
Good, you're on the last flight.
And by helping businesses in New Zealand, Samoa, Singapore and Fiji, they earn export dollars for Australia. Likewise, the optical fibre systems developed by Alcatel STC to link towns and cities in Australia are also winning orders in countries with similar harsh terrain and climate, like Pakistan. And back here, Alcatel STC is creating a new industry in Australia by manufacturing undersea communication cable systems for world markets. Alcatel STC is Australia's largest communications company because we know how to compete.
Nissan, an associate sponsor of Friday Night Football, hopes that you're enjoying this telecast.
Plenty of stars for the Canberra Raiders here at the Wacker in Perth tonight. We settled on Mal Meninga as our man of the match. Mal, outstanding performance from the side.
Yes, we did it tough in that first half. The game was so quick. We were running a bit of puff, but we stuck to our guns and got away with a good win.
They stretched you a bit early in the second half, Manly.
Well, that's Manly's go. You know, they're a very unpredictable side. They don't have any set pattern. And really, you know, you got to watch out for Cliff Lyons. Had a really good game. you know, put a few penalties through a few holes tonight.
It's becoming a second home for you guys here in Perth.
Mate, it's great. Unbelievable crowd support. You know, record crowd here, and you know, couldn't wish for better. We'll come back here anytime.
All right. Well, you'll come back for this plenty of times too. From Nissan, $1,000 is our man of the match.
Thanks, Nissan. Thanks, Channel 10. Appreciate it.
All right. Well done, Mal.
Thanks, man.
Mal Meninga, our man of the match. Johnny Croucher, what about footy, Tab?
Well, Graham, it was a bit tricky tonight. That was the first dive scoreline on Friday Night Football this season. And as such, we only had 24 winners, and the provisional dividend was a pretty good one, $1,292.65.
I'm just trying to watch over my shoulder here, Mal Meninga, who's still a bit of a hero here, signing some autographs as he goes back up the tunnel. The crowd has waited for him to finish the Listen, the Man of the Match interview here, and he's going to sign all those interviews. Well, David, Morrow, great in the end, Canberra.
They were great in the end, but gee, for a while there in the second half, I thought that Manly might have got them because when it was only, 4 and 5 points the margin, I thought just maybe Canberra were tiring a fraction and that Manly were getting on top, but aren't they a great side? They're just so good. You make a mistake, Iro drops that ball, and Clyde picks it up and scores.
They certainly do make you pay. They call on the entertainers, the Canberra Raiders, and they produced it here tonight. We'll take a break, then be back with more from the Wacker.
10 News, from home and around the globe. Traveling the world with our exclusive rights to CNN, the world's only 24-hour news service. 10 News, first with the big stories. From our bureau in London, New York, Los Angeles, and Asia. More news when it happens, where it happens, how it happens. 10 News, bringing you that special understanding here on Capital, where news comes first.
You'll find it all in Fishwick. Here's just what the doctor ordered. Single inner spring mattresses only $79. Double futon mattresses $169. How about single foam mattresses from $69, including fitted sheets valued at $29 absolutely free. So make an appointment with the doctor. The Sleep Doctor, Wollongong Street. At Steve's Communications, we care for your business with PCs and software. Communications, service, advice, education, or just fun. Steve's Communications, still caring. John Watson's end-of-season sale is on now, and it's spectacular. Vertical drapes and Holland blinds, the best selection and the best end-of-season price. And I'm sure the family will warm to this. Beautiful folding doors to keep winter out and the heat in with style. From John Watson, of course. Here's another superb product. Amplimesh security doors. They're tough and the price is tops. So now's the time to buy. The John Watson end-of-season sale is on now.
The new Amber catalogue is crammed so full of bargains. Like pavers for $11.95 a metre, ceramic tiles for $9.95, and slate for $10.95 a metre, plus a family holiday to Disneyland. Your letterbox may not be able to handle it.
The new Amber catalogue? Get down to Amber.
When you want your car fixed as soon as possible, you want City Auto Repairs in Belconnen. They're open 7 days with a qualified team that will do the job quickly and properly. Plus, they're NRMA approved and backed by 20 years of experience. So whatever you make, whatever your model, trust your car to the complete car care centre. City Auto Repairs, now in Park Street, Belconnen Town Centre. Remember, they're open 7 days and you can phone them on 251 5855.
If you're putting up a roof, don't do anything until you've seen Glenroy Roof Trusses. They'll give you a strong roof and save you hundreds of dollars because Glenroy Roof Trusses have all the design data on computer file and will prefabricate each truss perfectly for your application using the lumber lock system. Stronger than conventional roofing and delivered to your site, Glenroy Roof Trusses go up fast, eliminating weather delays and putting your building under cover quickly. For walls and roofs in a day, Glenroy Roof Trusses, 17 Shepherd Street, Hume.
Welcome back. The Canberra Raiders have just finished their victory song behind me. Their singing doesn't certainly match their play out on the football field. Great performance by them tonight. And of course, we've got a lot coming up in Rugby League this week in round 9 of the Winfield Cup. But let's take a look now at our week in review and the stories making headlines in this game of Rugby League.
In John Quayle's own words, last weekend Confirmed by the number of identities on hand and the stories they told.
There'll be other kings, no doubt. The crown will pass on. But the man who claimed the Rugby League kingdom for Queensland was Wally Lewis.
Not what you call a tough week for Wally Lewis, is it? All right, well, let's take a look at the matches ahead this weekend. Some important ones. Balmain up against St George. The Tigers should get home. I think there might be an upset up there on the Gold Coast with the Gold Coast over West. North should handle Eastern Suburbs. Parramatta likewise the disappointing South Sydney. Illawarra probably at home against Newcastle. And our State Bank big game on Sunday. Great one between Penrith and Canterbury. Of course, I'm going for my old club, the Bulldogs, to stay in touch in the competition lead. We'll take a break here at the Racket back to wrap up right after this.
Seven all, right? 6-7. So it's got to be a big 6. And fuel injected, right? Right. One of those little computers under the bonnet so she'll really perform.
Hey, did you see that?
Yeah, that guy got into his car without a key.
No key.
Calculator buttons or something.
Digital entry pad, it's called.
Hobby blood.
The simply superb new Nissan Maxima. You said one day you'd own a car like this.
It's a Nissan.
A Nissan?
There's never been a better time to have a good time. There's never been a better time to get away. There's never been a better time. You've never seen a better time for a good time. Aussie holiday.
There's never been a better time because right now the sun's still up, but the prices are down. So you can spend more time away or spend less money. Everything's ready and waiting. So why are you waiting? Call the Good Time Holiday line for some of the best holiday value ever.
There's never been a better time. You've never seen a better time for a good time. Aussie holiday.
Have a good time.
There's never been a better time to enjoy the 5-star hospitality of Queensland's Gold Coast. Yours from only $797. Contact the Queensland Government Travel Centre or your travel agent.
Have a good time, Aussie holiday.
Come on!
We'll take you where you want to go and tell you all you need to know. The big gun is number one. The big gun is number one. The big gun is number one. Cannon facts.
Hi, the world's been waiting for you.
Cannon facts.
John Watson's end-of-season sale is on now, and it's spectacular. Vertical drapes and Holland blinds, the best selection and the best end-of-season price. And I'm sure the family will warm to this. Beautiful folding doors to keep winter out and the heat in with style. From John Watson, of course. Here's another superb product. Ample security doors. They're tough when the price is tops. So now's the time to buy. The John Watson end-of-season sale is on now.
Well, rugby league fans have certainly had a bonanza tonight. 2 good games of football. We've watched the first one and we've called the second one, and we've enjoyed them both immensely, even though the result of one of them mightn't have gone the way that I particularly liked. Anyway, what have we got coming up for you? Here it is, Penrith and Canterbury. This is on Sunday, the State Bank big game. Sunday, the 20th of May at 6 p.m, Penrith Park. And then Nissan Friday night football coming up on the following Friday, the 25th of May, 7:30 p.m. live. South Sydney against North Sydney from Sydney Football Stadium. Now, I'd just like to thank all the lovely people from Western Australia who've spoken to me over here, and we've really enjoyed all the lovely hospitality you've given to us in the last couple of days. So on behalf of the Channel 10 crew, let me wish you all a very